We've been bullish on MCP from the very beginning.
Were you a launch partner?
A funny story about MCP, I think.
Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, no worries.
I think when Anthropic first launched MCP and they made this big announcement about this new protocol that they've been working on and open sourcing it, nobody really understood what it meant. And it took me some time really digging into their documentation about how it works and why this is important. I think they kind of took this bet on the open source community contributing to an ecosystem in order for it to really take off. And so I wanted to try to help with that effort as much as possible. So for a long time, most of Klein's system prompt was, how does MCP work? Because it was so new at the time that, the models didn't know anything about it. And how to make MCP servers. So like, if the developer wanted to, make something like that, it'd be really good at it. And I'd like to think that, Klein had something to do with how much the MCP ecosystem has grown since then. And just getting developers more insight and sort of awareness about how it works under the hood, which I think is incredibly important in using it, let alone just developing these things. And so, yeah, when we launched MCP in Klein, I remember our Discord users just trying to wrap their heads around it. And in seeing clients build MCP servers from the ground up, they're like, okay, they started to connect the dots. This is how it works under the hood. This is why it's useful. This is how agents connect to these tools and services and these APIs, and sort of save me a lot of the trouble of having to do this sort of stuff myself.
Those were like the early days of MCP when people were still trying to wrap their heads around it.
Yeah.
And there's like a big problem with discoverability. So back in like February, we launched the MCP marketplace where you could actually go through and have like this one-click install process where Klein would actually go through looking at a README that's like linked to a GitHub, install the whole MCP server from scratch and just get it running immediately. And that was like, I think around that time, that's when MCP really started taking off with like the launch of the marketplace.